Hey guys, and welcome back to another day with tea. Tonight I was cleaning up a little bit this orange shrimp tank where I have my pumpkin and sun-kissed orange shrimp, and then I was looking at my crystal black shrimp tank and I was like, I really need to scape that tank because I have all other 5 of them scaped for months now and I just never got around to scaping their tank. I feel like tonight I'm going to play around and at least try to make a little bit of something and go from there. If I don't love it, at least it'll be better than it is now, is my thought process, and I can always adjust things later. So I do have this large piece of wood in here currently, and I did turn it over and I kind of like it being in this sort of arch shape. And then I also have these plants that I did add to the pumpkin orange tree. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them for now. So I'm going to, I think, keep this in here. I'm going to take this out and just set it somewhere for now. I do have some detritus on the bottom of this tank. I did get rid of some of it tonight, but I left most of it in because I thought, what the heck, I don't care that much. It doesn't need to be perfect. I do have a bit of an idea. I'm thinking I will maybe move this piece over here. And the biggest reason why I'm leaving this piece of wood in this tank is because I think the shrimp get inside of it and I don't want to accidentally remove any of them from the tank unknowingly. So this piece of wood is basically got to be a part of this tank, I think. I know the detritus is going to make it so that viewing me setting it up with the detritus floating around isn't ideal. But I think that's just the way it's going to be, guys. I don't feel like getting rid of the rest of it. I think I want to balance it something like that. So they have a little cave. I do have this bag of substrate that's like the little sort of multicolored, not multicolored, but like neutral multicolored. It's the same as what I have in the snowball one. So I think I'm going to add some of that in. I really wonder if I should try to get rid of some of that detritus. I think I will, just because there is so much detritus. So I'll get rid of some of it. I'm also going to steal a little bit of moss from my red cherry shrimp tank, I think. Look, somebody's just going for a little walk on the glass here. And I'm going to use a pile of rocks, I think, on this side and sort of try to cover up the heater. So I have these smooth stones in this bowl here. It does offer shrimplets places to hide. Grabbing handfuls at a time because I kind of want it to scape itself and look natural. Did I just throw a pile of rocks in my tank and say I scaped it? Quite possibly. Am I mad about it? Not really. Something like this, and then moss on the wood here. Let's see how it looks with the light. I think I need a bit more rocks. And then I'm going to borrow some moss. Stuff it in here, into this wood. Squish it in to any of the crevices and cracks, and that will hopefully grow. And then with these plants, maybe I could stuff some of them in these rocks under the substrate in the back. Not sure if that will grow back there or not, but we'll see, because I don't really have anywhere else I want to put it right now. So if it does grow, we'll see it pop up in behind the rocks. So I think that will be this crystal black scape for now. It might not be the most fanciest, it might not be what you were hoping for, but I think it is one that they will do well with. And like I said, obviously it's cloudy right now. We have to get this moss that I gave them on the wood here time to grow. We need to give the plant in the back a chance to grow. You can't even see it through all the fog right now. I took some of the moss for the wood from right here in this tank, where obviously we have plenty and it's growing in very generous amounts, so hopefully we get that to cover this wood. Oh, okay, that's a lot better. I had the ISO on the wrong setting. So I think with this getting covered in the moss, it's gonna look really cool, like a really cool mossy arch. Look, we're already having happy activity going on from this change. If they breed, the babies will be able to find a shelter and sort of coverage in these rocks. The rock pile just kind of falls and goes down in the back there. We have a little arch that's cute. These plants in the back might grow, they might not sure, but I think over time this tank might actually end up looking quite nice. Now that this tank has cleared up a bit more, we can have a better look at how it looks. Like I said, I want the moss on this to grow over the whole thing, and it'll be just a mossy archway. And then the plant in the back that might or might not grow back there, but it would be cool if it came up, I think, into like a big like bush back there. So we will see in time. And this is how the pumpkin and sun-kissed orange shrimp tank is looking. I want these stem plants to grow, but I didn't have some of them properly in the sand. So I tried to make sure I moved some of the ones that were just stuck in the rocks into actual sand, and hopefully they'll grow in there. And then some of that plant that I want to grow in the crystal black tank, I have tied around their tree. So a few days later, I ended up actually removing the tree as well as the stem plants from this scape that was for the pumpkin and sun-kissed orange shrimp. I have the shrimp in a tank upstairs on our table, but I'm trying to decide if I should clean the scape up and try to keep it as it is, or if I should just rescape it entirely. It used to look really, really good when I first set it up and I had the tree there, but then over time it just got quite covered in like mulm, and obviously there's a bit of algae on the front here right now, but I could clean that up easily. But then even on the rocks themselves, there's just like a lot of debris and algae and stuff. So let me know what you guys think, if I should try to keep this kind of how it is and make it look nice again like it did at one time, or if I should just redo it entirely. While I'm down here, I'll give you a small update on the shell dweller aquarium. They're doing really well. We actually have added 2 more bags of shells, so doubled the amount of shells that were in here, hoping that they will soon be reaching mature enough age to start pairing up and breeding. But everybody seems to have found himself and herself a shell to call home, which is good to see. And they've also done a bit of rescaping with the substrate and whatnot, but I think we still need to give them a bit more time to mature a little bit more before they start pairing up. This is the tank on the table I was talking about that I added the pumpkin and sun-kissed orange shrimp to. There's quite a bit of algae that I need to wipe off, but I'm not going to do that right now. Just giving you a quick little look. I did also add a few of the yellow shrimp into this tank with them to hopefully encourage some breeding out of these guys, because they are the only ones of mine who haven't bred before. So I'll give you a bit more of an update on that on another time. That'll be it for today's video. Make sure if you enjoyed it, you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and let me know what you think of the scape, if you think I should leave it how it is or change it, as far as the crystal black as well as the pumpkin orange tanks. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!